Oh, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, we are perfectly on time. There was a little bit, we had some troubles with live stream and with Zoom, but I think we are all set. I hope that. So good morning again. Here I am at the studio as usual. If it is the first time you see me, my name is Luisella, and I will spend the next hour with you. So welcome and good morning. I'm speaking from Sarasota, Florida. This is our beautiful studio, Pineapple, which unfortunately is closed until we hope we can reopen soon, but we don't know. So the usual announcement at the beginning of class. If you are looking at me on Facebook, I will go live 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 11 to 12, and that of course is for free. If you want to support us, we really appreciate that. You can purchase the class like a regular studio class through our Zoom link. And you will find all the teachers. There are a pretty good schedule going on here, so whatever style of yoga you're looking forward to, I think we can offer to you. And you can support us through the Zoom link, buying a class, like regular times, or you can also make a gift to yourself or to your friends, buying gift certificate. So, good morning and welcome again. Gather your props. If you have your blocks at home or books, can be a good substitute. If you have your pillow or a bolster and a blanket or a towel, everything around you, so just in case you need them, you might use them. And now sit well. And close your eyes and tune inward. And let the yoga begin. Soften your breath. Soften the eyes, relax the jaw, and be right here, right now, in this very present moment. Spine is nice and long, and chest is open. Tip of the shoulder blades are meeting behind your heart, so you can allow your heart to open. And feel the pulsation of your breath. Feel how your body moves under this beautiful rhythm. And I invite you to feel this pulsation throughout your practice. How the body breathes, how the body moves. Even if you think you are totally still, there's this beautiful pulsation of your breath. And the whole universe has this pulsation. So you are connected. We are connected. All of us and with the universe. So when you find your pose, then you express your pose, feeling it. It's bright, it's full, and it's alive. Also the pose, like you are in this very present moment. Spanda is the Sanskrit word that translates pulsations. Let your breath flow and tune deeply into it. Be right here, right now, in this beautiful present moment. The most precious moment you have because it's here. And it's now. One more nice, long, beautiful breath. And then slowly and gently allow your eyes to open. Take the time you need to let them adjust to the light, the natural light or this artificial light, which is even stronger. On your next inhalation, lift your gaze. Place your hands framing your hips, lean slightly back so you can give your legs a good stretch. Exhale, cross the left shin in front of your right. Inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, lend your right hand to the side and side bend to the right. Keep both sit bones down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, side bend to the opposite side. Breathe in the right side bend. Find a space there. Inhale and up with both arms. Exhale, open the arms in a big T and twist toward your front knee, the left knee. One hand on the knee, second hand back and behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hug into the midline with the inner thighs so you can allow the twist to become a little bit deeper without forcing. Feel the pulsation of your breath. And feel the pulsation of the body which is responding to it. One more breath. The exhalation brings you back to the center. Inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, press the air down. Place your hands framing your hips. Lean slightly back. Give your legs a good stretch. Try to ground the back of the legs and the inner thighs also. Exhale, bend the knees. Right shin in front of the left. Inhale, lift your arms up, touch the sky. Exhale, side bend to the left. Breathing the left side body. This time, swing forward and touch down with your right hand, lifting the left arm and breathe in the left side body. Inhale, rise up, arms in a big T, hug into the midline and twist toward your right knee, the front knee. One hand on the knee, one hand behind your sit bones. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, let the twist happen without forcing. Let the breath guide you into the twist. Let the pulsation of the body take place into this twist. One more breath here. Exhale, release, come back to the center. Place your hands. Give your legs a good stretch. Inhale, right knee, nice good hug. Sit tall. Cross this foot on the outside of the straight leg. And keep both sit bones down. Reach the straight leg even further forward. Inhale, left arm up. Breathe in the left side body. Exhale, wrap the arm around the knee and twist toward your knee. Opposite hand, your right hand is behind your sit bones. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, allow the body to guide you into the twist. Release the head first. The rest of the body follows. And cross. Open the hip. Place your hands. Second legs bent, feet together, close to the sit bones or further forward and butterfly a little bit. To check again with your hips. Side body gets longer, both sit bones are down, tip of the shoulder blades down. Place your hands, both feet down, knees up, and both legs stretches forward. Breathe there. Inhale, left knee, nice good hug. Exhale, cross the foot on the outside of your right leg which is straight. Both sit bones down. Right arm up to lengthen that side body. Exhale, twist toward the knee, hug the knee. And inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, let the pulsation of the breath guide you into the twist. One more breath. Tip of the shoulder blades down. Chest open. Exhale, release the head. The rest of the body follows. Uncross. Open the hip, dropping the knee. Lift the second inner knee. Find your cobbler without forcing. Study the side body. Keep the sit bones down. One breath. And then lean back. Cross your ankles or your shins. Roll forward. If you are sitting on the blanket like me, get rid of the blanket until you need the blanket to support your knees. Twirl your knees, treat it gently. Find your all fours for just a second, and then big toes touching, and then fold back into your extended child. Release the forehead down, and feel the pulsation of the breath. And we pulse together. Even if I cannot see you, I know, all of us, we are together in this pulsation. The universe is pulsing with us. All the living beings are doing the same. Inhale, walk both arms to your right. Breathe again in the left side body. Create space there. Exhale, come back to the center. And to the opposite side, you walk your hands. Breathe in the right side body. Arms are active. You can also invite the heels of your hands to drag the earth toward you. Inhale, come back to the center. And press up into your flat table. And place your hands, your wrist under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Press the knuckles down and claw the mat with the fingertips. Exhale, lower your chest closer to the thumbs without touching down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, extend your child. Inhale, rise up, knees parallel. Exhale, melt your heart without touching. Hug the side body with your arms. Inhale, press up. Exhale, extend your child. One more time. Inhale, up, flat table. Exhale, melt your heart closer to the mat. Inhale, press up. Exhale, extend your child. Inhale, rise again. Find your flat table. Right leg goes back, give it a stretch. Inhale, right leg goes up, spread the toes, drop the outer thigh, lift the inner thigh. Exhale, knee to the nose, round your spine. Inhale, the leg goes back, open the heart. Exhale, knee to the nose, round your spine. Inhale, leg goes back, open the heart. Exhale, knee to the nose, hold. Inhale, leg goes back, open the heart. Bend the knee, heel to the sit bone. Keep your heart open and draw 3 circles. You go clockwise. And you check again with this hip. You come back to the center. You reverse the direction of your circles. Keep the knuckles pressing down. Keep the fingertips glowing. Come back to the center. Release these legs straight. Exhale, knee to the nose, round. Inhale to extend. Bend the knee, heel to the sit bone. Right knee to the right shoulder, squeeze. Inhale, extend the leg, lengthen. Exhale, drop the foot on the left, on the outside of the mat to the left. Lift the right hip, hug into the midline with your arms. Look behind you to see what's going on. Where your right heel here is. Reach further back. Bring the leg back to center. Exhale, knee to the nose. And open the heart. Left arm forward, bird dog. Breathe in the back body, soften the supporting elbow, especially if you know that you have the tendency to overextend. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, extend. Drop the hand and land your knee, rounding your spine. Inhale, lift your heart is the purring cat or the cow. Exhale, round your spine is the angry cat. Inhale, lift your sit bone, chest opens. Exhale and round. Inhale, lift the sit bones, chest open, left leg back, stretch it out. Lift the leg, spread the toes, drop the outer thigh, lift the inner thigh. Exhale, knee to the nose, round. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to the nose, round. Inhale to extend. Knee to the nose, round, hold. Test your core. Reach the leg straight back, bend the knee, heel to the sit bone. Draw your 3 circles. Opening the hip clockwise. And notice the difference. And when you come back to the center, reverse the direction, counterclockwise. And when you have drawn the third, inhale, reach the leg straight. Exhale, knee to the nose. Leg goes back, heart opens. Bend the knee, heel to the sit bone. And knee to the left shoulder. Inhale, extend. Drop the foot on the outside to the right. Turn around. Lift the left hip. Hug the midline with the body with your arms. Reach the heel further back of your straight leg. And feel the pulsation of the body in this pose. Inhale, come back to the center. One knee to the nose. Same leg goes back. Right arm lifts. Hug into the midline more than ever. Breathe into the back body. Elbow to the knee round. Inhale and extend. Drop the hand. And drop the knee rounding your spine. Inhale, neutral position. Melt your heart slightly. Bend your elbows. Touch down with your heart. Slide forward. Release the forehead down. Walk your arms in front of your shoulders, have them wider than the mat. Up on the fingertips, if you're fine, bring the tailbone in, keep the toes down, and start to dance your cobra. The shoulder blades are moving down and to the side. And if you want, you can rise a little bit higher and feel, especially here while you're moving with your breath, maybe you have already started your Ujjayi breath, feel the pulsation of the body. Use your breath to go deeply into yourself, into your practice. And feel free to explore it freely. Going higher, going lower. Inhale, you might rise. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise like a wave. Keep the legs strong. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up. Keep the legs down, lifting the inner thighs. Exhale, lower down. Place your hands firm in the side body. Inhale, a nice and baby cobra. Keep the ribs down, elbows toward one another and back. Chest opens. Feel the pulsation of the breath. Can you breathe in Cobra Bhujangasana? Exhale, release down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, fall back into your child pose. Inhale, rise again. The right leg goes back, the left leg goes back. Both legs are really active. Push the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Bring your tailbones lightly in. Melt your heart slightly. And bend the knees. Widen the sit bones. Extend your spine. Have your feet hip distance apart. There's a mosquito bothering me, but I'm not stopping. Inhale, up on your heels. Exhale, start to walk your dog.
I'm gonna come get sprayed.
Thank you, Claudia. And check on your hamstrings and feel your body moving with your breath. Then bend your knees. Lengthen your spine again, hugging to the midline. Inhale, both legs straight up on your tippy toes. Exhale, both heels down. Inhale, right leg up from the inner thigh. Exhale, knee to the nose. Round your spine. Stay strong, stay tall. Inhale, same leg goes back. Open the hip to the side, bend the knee, exploring a wild dog. If you want to take it deeper into a twist and a back bend, look above the left shoulder. And the foot is really active. So the pinky of the lifted foot is moving toward the outer ankle. And back you come to the center, wild dog, downward dog, rock forward, take your plank, drop your knees, exhale, release your chest down, inhale, slide forward, legs strong and active, bring the tailbone in, up you rise into your beautiful Bhujangasana. You can stay lower, feel the pulsation of the breath. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg up, lift the leg from the inner thigh. Exhale, knee to the nose, round your spine here, reach the same leg back. Allow the left hip to open more to the left, so your leg might lift a little bit more. Bend the knee, reach the heel closer to the sit bone. Keep on hugging into the midline. Increase the twist in the back bend, looking above your right shoulder. And feel again here. In each and every pose, you're supposed to pulse with your breath. Back you go, one leg dog, downward dog. Inhale, rock forward, take your plank. Exhale, bend your knees or land your heart with your legs straight. Inhale, one more cobra. Legs strong, tailbone in. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Inhale, press up, fall back into your extended child. One breath here, especially you feel your breath, especially in your hips, low back, shoulders, and then up on the fingertips. Thread your right arm under the left, release your right cheek down. Left arm could be straight and you are on your fingertips, or you can swing the arm back, wrap the arm around your waist, and the left hand might find your right inner thigh. How is your breath in this pose? Is it soft? Is it loud? Can you tune more into it? Exhale, release the hand, left arm forward, unthread, right arm forward, rethread, left arm under, left cheek down. Pause here. Your right arm is active. You can drag the mat toward you. You can pause here or swing the arm to the side, all the way to the back, wrapping the arm around your waist, fishing from the opposite thigh. And tune again inward. Notice your shoulders, notice your hips. What about your knees and your ankles? And release the arm to the side, all the way to the front, and thread. Inhale up, flat tabletop, right leg back, left leg back. Bring the table in, bend your knees, find your down dog. Hugging to the midline. You are so strong. All your 4 pillars, feet and hands are so strong. You are expressing the pose from the core of the pelvis down into your feet, up into your hands. And then you might lift your left hand and reach toward the opposite thigh. Hugging to the midline. Press the knuckles down, claw the mat with the fingertips. And the arm goes back up to the center. You recenter the pose, you find the power of the body, and then you lift the left hand, right hand, reaching toward the opposite shin. One more breath here. And then back to the center. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Look forward, walk to the front of the mat. Keep your knees back, chest to the thigh. Place your hands on your hips, widen the sit bones. Come up halfway, look down, long neck. Push down, root down into your feet to rise up with the lumbar curve. Touch the sky. Exhale, press here down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. Be bright inside. Notice the pulsation of the breath, the pulsation of the body. And exhale, release the arms down. Look at your feet. Have your feet parallel and hip distance apart. Feel your Tadasana really strong. Inhale, press up. Side body gets longer. Feet are more rooted. Exhale and press down. Inhale and touch the sky. Exhale and fingertips down to the earth. One more time. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, fingertips down toward the earth. Inhale, touch the sky. Open the arms in a big T. Keep the hips facing forward, twist to the right. So you're not really moving a lot, otherwise your hips are opening, but you're not letting go with the hips. Hips are facing forward. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, touch the sky. Side body gets longer. Open the arms in a big T, soften the ribs toward one another. Keep your legs powerful, twist to the left. Keep the hips facing forward. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, it's your Anjali Mudra. And soften around your inner light. Release the arms down. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, bow to the earth. And drop the crown of the head, lift the sit bones, Uttanasana. Shift the weight toward the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back. Blocks under your hands, hands on top of your shins, always, in front, touching your shins always. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees and lengthen the spine. Drop the crown of the head, lift the sit bones, shift the weight toward the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, tip of the shoulder blades toward one another. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees, chest to the thigh, lengthen. Inner thighs are reaching back. Exhale, drop the crown of the head. Shift the weight toward the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back, it's your runner's lunge. Drop your right knee down. Shift the hips back. Stretch the front leg. Shift the hips forward. Open the heart. Right hip is coming closer to the mat. And shift back. And forward. And one more time back. And one more time, forward. Curl the toes of the back foot up into the runner's lunge. Inhale, lengthen, and step the front leg back. Find your Parivrtta plank. Drop the knees down. Bend your elbows, touch down with your heart. Slide forward. Inhale, that's your Bhujangasana Cobra. Keep the toes down. Bring the tailbone in. Are you breathing? Exhale, lower down. Press up into your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forward, left knee down. Inhale, shift the hips back. And come forward. And shift the hips back. And left hip a little bit forward, heart opens. And shift the hips back. And come forward. And curl the toes of the back foot up into the runner's lunge. Spring of the back foot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, chest to the thigh. Open the arms to the side. Inhale, push down to touch the sky. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. Open the arms in a deep T. Twist to the right, keeping the hips forward. Inhale, come back to the center. Touch the sky, side body gets longer. Open the arms to the side, twist to the opposite side. Same amount of weight on both feet. Inhale, come back to the center, touch the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, chest to the thigh, look forward. Drop the crown of the head, lift the sit bones. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back. Exhale, left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, shift the hips back, stretch the front leg. And bend, allowing the left hip to come closer. And shift back. Inhale, come forward. And hips are shifting back. Inhale, come forward. Pause here. Twist toward the front knee, touching the sky with your right arm. Exhale, release down. Curl the toes of the back foot. Front leg steps back. Find your Parivrtta plank. 3 push-ups. Bring the tailbone in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower down with legs straight or dropping down the knees. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot forward is your runner's lunge. Land the right knee. Shift the hips back. Inhale, reach forward, open the heart. Hug into the midline, press the toenails of the back foot down. And back you go. And inhale, coming forward, open the heart, tip of the shoulder blades toward one another. And shift back. Inhale, come back to the center. The knee is placed on top of your left ankle. Twist toward the knee. Exhale, touch down. Curl the toes of the back foot up into the runner's lunge. Spring of the back leg. Halfway lift. Forward fold with your exhalation. Legs straight or knees bent. Arms are opening to the side. Come up halfway. Find your lumbar curve. Push down to rise up. Touching the sky. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. And release. Close your eyes and receive. Find the power of your legs. Ground from your legs to rise up through the crown of the head. And feel the body pulsing with your breath. One more breath. And then inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, knees bent or legs straight, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long and flat back. And exhale, right leg back, it's your runner's lunge. Pause here. Bring both hands on the front knee, widen the sit bones, push down to rise up. Gira one with the heel up. Hug into the midline with the inner thighs. Strong legs. Bring the organs of the abdomen back and up. Exhale, reach forward. Land your hands framing the front foot. Reach your left arm to the side. Reach your left arm toward your arm. And then touch the sky, twisting toward the front knee. Hug into the midline. Exhale, touch down. And step the front leg back. Palakasana plank. Exhale, lower down to the earth, legs straight or knees bent. Inhale, find your Bhujangasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up, hug into the midline. Open your right hip to the side more, bend the knee. Wild dog that you might decide to transform into wild thing if you have it in your practice. Just landing your foot on the outside of the mat to the left and place your right hand in front of your heart, touching your heart, and guide your heart to see, to look up at the sky, and then reach back with your right arm. Wild thing. Exhale and come back slowly toward your one leg dog. Toward your wild dog. One leg dog. Step your foot forward. Lengthen here. Inhale, both hands on the front knee, widen the sit bone. Push down to rise up. Shift the organs of the abdomen back and up. Exhale, twist toward the knee. One more breath. Land your hand. Spring off the back foot. It's your halfway lift. And it's your forward fold. Shift the weight toward your toes. Open the arms to the side. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, press it down. Inhale, it's your Anjali Mudra. Exhale, release. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left leg back, it's your runner's lunge. Hug into the midline. You can place both hands on the front knee, or you can directly rise up and touch the sky. Breathe here, find the power of the leg. Descend the front thigh, lift the back thigh, and twist toward the knee. Turn your heart a little bit more toward the sky. And touch down with the hand. Front leg goes back. That's your Palakasana, plank. Exhale, land to the earth. Inhale, open your heart in the pulsation of the breath. Cobra Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg up, lift the leg from the inner thigh. Open the hip to the left, bend the knee, wild dog. Pause here, or transform your dog into a wild thing, dropping dropping the foot to the outside of the mat to the right, left hand on your heart. Use your hands to invite your heart up, keep the hips up, and then reach back with your left arm. Press the knuckles down and close the mat with a supportive hand. Exhale and come back. One leg dog. Wild dog. One leg dog. Step this foot forward, it's your runner's lunge. Place your hands on the front knee or touch the sky, Vira1 with your heel up. Strong legs. Twist toward the front knee, touching the sky with your left hand. Exhale, touch down with the left fingers. Spring of the back foot, it's your halfway lift. And it's a forward fold. Open the arms to the side. Inhale, reverse one dive, touching the sky. Exhale, press you down. Inhale, it's your Anjali. And exhale and release. Okay. Come to the center of the mat. Feet in Tadasana. We explore a little bit, balancing and twisting at the same time. So place your hands on, I'm checking the watch clock, because I don't wear a watch this morning. Press your hips down, shift the weight to the left. Externally rotate your right leg, find your kickstand. Okay. Cross the foot on the outside of the straight leg. Find your figure 4. And use the lifted foot. It's not like hanging somewhere. You push through the big toe ball mound and you click the pinky toward the ankle. Pause there. Inhale, place your hands in front of your heart in Anjali. Pin the thigh bone of the standing leg back. Bring the tailbone in. One breath here. Breathe in the back body. Reach the knee forward. Open the arms in a big T. Use the supporting leg really strongly, pushing the thigh bone back. Hug into the midline with the inner thigh. Twist toward the knee. touch the sky, give your leg a good stretch, bend the knee, march down. Inhale, touch the sky, lengthen the side body. Exhale, press the ear down. Inhale, pulsating with your breath, Anjali Mudra. Shift the weight to the right, externally rotate the left. Cross the foot on the outside of the straight leg. Guide the thigh bone of the supporting leg back and find your figure 4. Reach the inner thigh toward one another and keep the lifted foot very active. Breathe in the back body. Inhale, reach the knee forward. Hug more than ever into the midline. Open the arms in a big T and twist toward the knee. One breath there. And back to the center. And touch the sky with your hands. Give your leg a good stretch. Bend the knee. March down. And do some helicopter arms. Okay. And we are exploring side-facing posture and standing twists. So step your feet wide. And if you're not sure about the stance, open your arms and have your ankles under your wrists. That's the ideal stance, but it might feel unsafe for some of us, so you are allowed to walk your feet a little bit closer toward one another for your stability, for your safety. Feet are parallel. We start with feet, outer edges of your feet parallel to the short side of the mat. And have your blocks nearby. You might use them. Actually, take a block or a book into your hands. If you don't have books or blocks, nothing into your hands. Inhale and lengthen. Side body gets longer. If you have a book or a block, take it into your left hand. Spin on the opposite, on the left heel, dropping the heel down, lifting the toes. Exhale, bend the front knee. See that you are aligned heel to arch. Reach forward with your block. Drop your block down, framing the outside of the foot. Reach the top arm toward me and guide the arm bone back into the shoulder socket and find your side angle. And if you think, okay, I don't need a block, get rid of it. And the hand is touching the mat. If you are using the block for this shape, when you lift out of it, you carry the block with you. If you are in side angle, the thigh bone of the straight leg pushes back and the knee pushes into the elbow pushes into the knee. Glide your throat back and look up. One breath here. Push down, root down to rise up. Leg straight, block is with you in your right hand and feet parallel. Whoops. Inhale, blocks into your hands, lengthen. Exhale, block or book into the right hand. Lift the right heel, spinning on the toes, heel to arch. Bend the front knee, reach toward the back of your mat, toward the front knee, and land your hand and the block on the outside of the foot. Swing the top arm toward me, draw the arm bone back into the shoulder and find your side angle. And firm your legs. Heels, feet reaching toward one another. Glide your throat back and look up. Root down to rise up. Front leg straight, feet parallel. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, lower down, land the block. Otherwise, hands on the knees, on the hips. Bend your knees, step your feet together. And arms down by your side. We are moving toward triangle. Inhale, find your stance. Blocks or no blocks. Now you know that you can use them. Keep the right foot parallel to the long side, short side of the mat. Lift the front heel, spinning on the toes. Drop the heel, lift the toes. Shift the hips back toward the back leg. Side body gets longer. Land your hand on your shin or your block or on the outside of the foot. Reach the top arm toward me. Draw the arm bone back into the shoulder. And then again, touch the sky. Glide your throat back. Side body gets longer and you look up. Turn your heart a little bit more toward the sky. by pushing into my hand, which is in front of your hand. One more breath. Root down to rise up with the power of your breath. Feet parallel. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, arms in a big T. Lift the opposite heel. Spinning on the toes, heel to arch. Firm your legs. Shift the hips back. Side body gets longer, not only the left, but also the right, the bottom side. And land your hand. Blocks, mat, or shin. Reach the top arm toward me. And draw the arm bone back into the shoulder. And then, up you go, touch the sky, glide your throat back, look up. Trikonasana, triangle. Express the pose. Find the spanda, the pulsation of your breath into this pose. Keep the bottom shoulder open. One more breath. Root down powerfully to rise up. Feet parallel. Hands on your hips. Exhale halfway down. Inhale, rise up. Bend your knees, step your feet together. Parivrtta Trikonasana and receive. And place your hands on your hips. Turn to face the front of the mat. Place your two blocks or your two books to the side, on both sides of the mat, so they are there for you. Breathe here. Feet parallel to Tadasana. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, press your down. Inhale, place your hands on your hips. Bend your knees, step your right leg back. Toes are down and are facing the upper right corner of the mat. Firm your legs. Both legs are straight. The inner thigh of the back leg is reaching slightly back and up, so you can square your hips more to the front of the mat. Look down. The ideal should be heel to heel, but if you are unstable, you can step your left foot a little bit more to the left side of the mat. Pause here. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bend the front knee and find your Virabhadrasana 1. If you need to adjust the stance, make it bigger or wider, feel free to adjust this stance. Blocks are there. Hug into the midline with both inner thighs. Inhale, front leg straightens. Exhale, place your hands on your hips. Lift your heart. Exhale, halfway down. And square your hips. There's a tray, there's a coffee. I like coffee on the tray. The tray is on your sacrum. You are not spilling the coffee because you're squaring the hips. Right hip slightly forward, left hip slightly back. You can stay here, or you can land your hands on your blocks or on the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold toward the straight leg. Any amount. One more breath. Inhale, rise up. Place your hands on your hips. Halfway. Root down to rise up. Bend the front knee. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, touch the sky. Lengthen the side body. Exhale, lend your right hand to the right leg and side bend toward that leg. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale to the second side you go. Same amount of weight on both feet. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, press the ear down. Place your hands on your hips. Bend your knees. Left leg goes back. Toes facing the upper left corner of the mat. Heel to heel, or step your right leg a little bit more to the right. Square the hips, inviting the right hip slightly back, left hip slightly forward. Ground the back foot, the outer heel and the outer edge of the back foot, and bend the front knee. And if you need to adjust the stance for your Vira 1, feel free to adjust it. And square your hips, reach the inner thigh of the back leg even further back. Touch the sky for the traditional Vira 1. Breathe here and feel the pose pulsing under the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, front leg straight. If you want to ground the back heel a little bit more, place your hands on your hips, lift your heart slightly. Exhale, come up, blocks are there, and halfway you go and you lengthen and you square hips again, guiding the left hip forward, right hip back. You can pause here, or you can land your hands on your blocks or frame with the front foot. And the legs are working toward one another. The feet are working toward one another, and then you decide to bow toward the front leg. Inhale, rise up. Halfway, place your hands on your hips and firm your feet to rise. Bend the front knee, step the back leg forward. Inhale, touch the sky, lengthen. Exhale, rise the down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra. Exhale and release. Place your hands on your hips and step your feet as wide as they were before. Maybe a little bit, the stance is a little bit shorter. Sorry, I apologize for keep on looking there's my clock. So feet are parallel, and we are adding an extra challenge. We are taking a standing twist, which might be exactly what we have done. Blocks are always good. You can stack your blocks really close to the front foot. So I just showed you. First option should be landing the hand on the block on the inside of the foot, or no block on the inside of the foot, and take this variation, which is half pyramid, or go for the full shape. I took you through the whole process. Block or no block. The reverse, Parivrtta Trikonasana, reverse triangle. So I took you through, and you decide what is good for you. Feet parallel. Firm your legs. Breathe here. Side body gets long, so you inhale and touch the sky. Exhale, press down. Place your hands on your hips. We start with the back foot, so now the back foot is in line with the short side of the mat. Lift the toes and kick the toes in, so your back hip close to the front of the mat. And then you are obliged to open also the second hip. So you come to the first shape we took. Inhale, lengthen. Side body gets longer. Firm your legs and hug into the midline. Open your arms in a big T. Okay. Reach your right arm toward your left leg, so you're twisting toward the straight leg. And that could be all you're doing today. That's a good twist. Or you can reach your hand, right hand forward, and then land the hand on the inside of the foot on your block, or on the outside of the foot on your block or on the mat. Drop the left hand on the hip if you are going down. Inhale to lengthen. Feel the pulsation of the breath more than ever. You can stay here, or you can touch the sky with your left hand. And eventually look up. Inner thighs are moving toward one another. One breath here in this rotated triangle. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Inhale, root down to rise up, spiraling with your arms. Feet parallel. Second side. Lengthen the side body, get longer there. Exhale, press the ear down, land your hands on your hips. Start with both feet parallel. And now we move from the back leg. So in this case, the back leg becomes your left. If you need the blocks, move the blocks to the second side of the mat, so they are there. Inhale, lift the left toes, spinning on the toes, so the left hip faces what is the back of the mat. And then open the second hip, and here again, heel to heel, or right leg steps a little bit more to the side. Same thing we have done before. Firm your legs, hug into the midline. Lift the inner thigh of the back leg more. Inhale, touch the sky, get longer. Exhale, open the arms in a big T. Pause here. Square your hips. And start to reach toward the straight leg with your left arm. You can stay, that's beautiful. And that's more than enough. Or you can decide, okay, go deeper. So inhale and lengthen, reaching your left arm a little bit forward. And then you can decide to land the hand on the inside of the foot, or you can decide to land the left hand on the outside of the right foot. Drop the right hand on the hip and tip of the shoulder blades are moving toward one another. If your hand is on the mat, see if you can press, see if you can have your hand in front of the left and right ankle. So the wrist and the ankles are pressing into one another. Inhale to lengthen and touch the sky with the top arm. Square the hips, side body gets longer. Ground your feet. Feel the pulsation of the breath here. One more breath. Inhale to root down, to rise up. Parallel your feet. Touch the sky. Exhale, fold the body forward. Land your hands under the shoulders. Widen the stance if you need it. Walk your hands forward. Wide the leg and downward facing dog arms. Breathe there. Inhale. Walk your hands back. Under the shoulders, spine is long. You have two options, bending your knees and heel toeing. Stand, finding the lumbar curve to stand up, or you can pivot your hands to the front of the mat, spinning on both heels, bending the left knee, stepping the right leg forward. It's halfway lift. Bend the knees, chest to the thigh, open the arms to the side. Inhale and reverse one down, touching the sky. Exhale, press you down. Inhale, Anjali Mudra, and exhale and release. And receive here. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, bow to the earth. Place your hands, bend your knees, hands are flat. Find your down dog. My universal medicine. Spine gets really long. Inner thighs are reaching back. Front of the thigh are pushing to the back of the thigh. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, open the heart. And come to a neutral position. And cross your shins, sit behind. And stretch your legs forward. Find your Dandasana. Hands framing the hips. Sacrum into the body. Lift your arms up. Lengthen. Press the back of the legs down. Inner thighs pressing down. Reach your arms forward. Bring the belly button into your spine so you're rounding. And slowly, 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 keeping the legs down. Slowly, you can pause halfway. And decide to land. Inhale, reach your arms back and overhead. Give your body good stretch. Right side, left side. Exhale, release the hands down by your side. Bend your knees, soles of the feet flat to the floor. Breathe here. Let the body adjust to this different orientation. Feet are parallel and hip distance apart. Inhale, give your right knee a nice good hug. Reach the leg straight up to the sky. Bend the knee again and drop it down. Second knee, second hug. Stretch the leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and drop the sole of the foot down. 3 options, actually 2 options. Supported bridge with a block under the sacrum. So walk your feet toward your sit bones. Lift your sit bones and you can place a block to support your sacrum. And that's it. Or a more active bridge. So feet are parallel, you cannot see them, but you can really feel if you need to kick the heel out or to kick the heel in order to have these 2 feet parallel like they are in Tadasana. Arms framing the side body, push the back of the arms down, so the arms are very active. They are not hanging somewhere, and the fingertips are facing the sky. Lift your upper body a little bit, so you can wiggle the tip of the shoulder blades toward one another.
Ground the back of your head down. Push down into your arms. Rake the heels of your feet toward the sit bones to activate your legs. And then push down with the feet to rise up. So the knees are reaching more toward the front of the mat, whereas your heart is reaching more toward the back of the mat. Ground your head, and it's the chest that moves toward the chin. It's not the chin that tucks into the chest. You can stay here, or you can interlace your hands behind your back. Hug into the midline with your knees. Lift your hips a little bit higher. And if you are enjoying the supporting breath, you can feel the pulsation also there. You might challenge yourself and lift the right leg up. Then bend the knee, drop the sole of the foot down. Come a little bit higher with your hips. Inhale, left leg up. Bend the knee, release the foot down. Inhale, lift the outer hips a little bit more. Exhale, release your hands. And when you land with your sit bones. So you feel the lumbar curve. And release down. Place your hands on your belly and go back to the pulsation of your breath. We end with a twist. Open the arms in a big T, palms up. Lift your sit bones, bring your feet together, my bad, and your legs together, knees together. Lift your sit bones and shift the hips to the right. So you are crooked a little bit, intentionally. Pick up your feet, squeeze your legs. Tip of the shoulders toward one another, and exhale, guide both knees, to the left. And if you want to support your knees with a block or a book under your knees, feel free to do that. And now if you want to add the movement of the head, tip your left ear to the left shoulder, and then tilt your head away from the bent knee. Jatara Parivrtta Trikonasana, supine twist. Feel the twist and feel the back bend, because you want to have your upper side body really long, from the shoulder, side body, all the way down, hip and the knee. One breath. Look up, squeeze your legs, come back to the center, land your feet. Inhale, place your sit bones to the center of the mat, and then shift them to the second side. Pick up your feet, squeeze your inner thighs, your legs together, knees, feet together. Keep your feet flexed. Keep the chest open. Squeezing the legs together, you land the legs to the knees to the opposite side. And you feel the chest open. It's like triangle, the shape we took before. And if you want to look away from your knees, so tip your right ear toward the knees and then tilt your head to the second side. And really feel the left side body getting longer. There's a curve in your low back. That's your back bend. And the body's twisted. And come back to the center, squeezing the knees together. Drop down, shift the hips to the center of the mat. If there's any other pose you need to take, that's the time. I feel good to take a happy baby. I feel good to end most of my sequences in happy baby. So the knees are reaching toward the armpits, the tailbone drops down, so you can feel, you can keep a little curve in your low back. And if reaching toward your feet is too much, keep the hands pressing to the back of the thigh. One breath there. If you like to rock the baby, go for that. And then invite the soles of the feet toward one another if you were in happy baby, and land your feet So you land in Baddha Konasana. Cobbler, place your hands on your belly and tune back into the pulsation of the breath. You can decide to take a little bit of your Shavasana here. If this pose is too demanding from your hips, use your hands to lift the knees toward one another and reach your legs straight for a more traditional Shavasana. And if you like to stay in Baddha Konasana for a little bit or for the full Shavasana, when you decide to lift up, bring your knees facing the ceiling and pause there to bring the hips back into their natural shape. And now rest, soften and let go. Tune back into this pulsation of the breath, noticing the pulsation of the body. And if you have the pillow close by, feel free, if you decide to take a traditional Shavasana, to support the back of the thigh with the pillow. Feel free to end your class in Shavasana, keeping the soles of the feet together if you are or still there. Legs straight, feel free to stay down. Tuning more and more in this rhythm, in this pulsation. You can just hear the sound of my voice, or if you want to end the class in a more traditional way, coming up to a seated position, take all the time you need to invite your breath deeper into your fingers and into your toes so they can wiggle. Take all the time you need to reach your arms back and overhead, checking in the space of the body. Take all the time you need to hug your knees to the chest and roll to your right side, where you complete a full cycle of breath. And with no rush, push down a little bit more firmly with the left hand to rise up to any seated position that you really like in this very present moment. Sit tall, look down to rise up with the crown of the head, still feeling those pulsations. Inhale, open the arms in a big T. Exhale here, touch the sky, and place the palms of your hands into one another. And the exhalation takes your hands down in front of your heart. Bow your mind to your heart. The light in me shines in recognition to the bright, beautiful divine light in each and every one of you. Thank you for having spent this hour with me. I'm honored for the gift of your presence. Namaste.
Ciao.